The road to the future games presented by Publix continues. I'm Cory McCartney, joined by PBR Georgia's Hudson Graham. Hudson, good to see you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
We're going to put the spotlight on an outfielder that will be suiting up for Team Georgia at the future games July 26th through 29th at LakePoint Sports, and that's John Davis out of Tift County. Hudson, tell me what Davis is bringing to the table for Team Georgia.
Yeah, for sure. Davis is one of those that I got down early to Tift County to see and has really made a big impression ever since. He hit 433 in high school with 14 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 home runs. The swing from the left side is one of the best in the class. Is going to really emerge at the future games as one of the top outfielders at the events, I think. 16U and 17U MPI, he's hit 568. Which is insane for the MPI and 16U national championship. Just led Aces National to a 16U national championship. So he's really excited for the future games. We are as well. So super pumped to have him on the team.
Yeah, an absolute hitting machine, as you mentioned, had a triple and a 2-hit day for Aces National in the 16U national championship final. I've seen him patrolling the outfield. Tell me about the abilities out there.
It's just all instincts. He's a gamer. He gets it done regardless of the situation. In center field, he runs balls down with ease in the gaps. He just has a really explosive first step. And it's just one of those athletic guys that's going to make the tough play over his shoulder, to his left, to his right, or coming in on the ball. His instincts are super high, like I said. So he's definitely a commander in center field.
This may be a little hard for you to quantify, but tell me about the leader. I mean, certainly you get a guy with his resume coming in and being a part of a team at Team Georgia where there's a lot of guys just like that. How do you see, the makeup melding with the other guys that you're bringing in?
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw that with Tift County. Tift County is super young. They had a lot of sophomores in the lineup, and he kind of led the way for those guys. And you could see that on the field and in the dugout, and you've also seen that this summer. So I think he's one of those guys that he's a glue guy for sure. You can tell just the way he acts with his teammates in and out of the dugout. But really impressed with the way he he was a leader of the Tift County team into their Elite Eight run in the GHSA playoffs.
Well, Hudson, excited to see what John brings to the future games. Appreciate the time. And next up is my interview with John Davis. And here is John Davis, outfielder from Tift County, going to be playing for Georgia in the PBR feature games. John, man, appreciate the time.
Yes, I appreciate you.
First of all, congratulations on making the Georgia roster.
Thank you.
So it's not only that you guys all get together with these guys that you've known about, kind of played with here or there and come together to represent your state. All these guys from Canada, the United States are coming to your backyard. How much of this do you think is going to be like, Georgia guys, we got to defend our turf?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun for sure. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be, everybody together. Georgia boys versus the states, and so
Georgia versus everybody.
Yeah,
right?
Georgia versus everybody. Georgia on top.
We talked about it before we started recording. You've seen the backdrop there from the pitcher's view. I mean, there are college recruiters everywhere for the future games. How do you look at this in terms of the recruiting window is going to open right after this? How do you look at it in terms of this is my opportunity to be seen like I've never been seen before?
Oh yes, sir. It's just you just got to play your game, and the schools will come. So just play your game, and whoever likes you, and go where you're fit. So
there's obviously there's the showcase element of it. There's the game element of it. Where do you feel like you show out the best?
I feel like in game. I feel like in game I can just play my game and really roll with it versus the showcase with all the numbers. I just feel like in game I really pop up and stand out.
Yeah, I mean, there's pieces of it in the showcase, right? Like you're just getting amped up to run. You're just getting amped up to go in and have your moment. At least in the flow of the game, you feel like it just plays a little bit better for you.
Yes, sir. It's just the whole game. You get 7 innings to go prove a point, go win a game.
You were co-player of the year in your region this past season. What did you learn in terms of yourself as this past year as a player? What was maybe that biggest point of progression for you?
Oh yes, sir. I just think as the season went out, I started getting pitched a little harder, and you just gotta stay in your approach and really trust your hands and trust your approach and just play baseball. That's what I played this year.
Had to be pretty excited then to go into the summer and know that I'm going to get challenged a little bit more. Guys don't want to pitch around me as much of these lineups that you're in. Tell me a little bit about the mentality at the plate. I've seen a lot of it's rhythm with you. You got the leg kick. Tell me about that timing mechanism and kind of how that locks in and everything for you.
Yeah, so it came in. This is my first season using it, and so came in with a hitting coach. But when he gave it to me, I liked it. It gelled, got my swing going, got me hot. It just fired something that I don't know what happened, but I just started hitting. I just went on a tear, and I haven't stopped using it since. So.
A lot of guys will say that kind of stops them from getting into a slump when they have something that's always a piece of the swing that can stop them from thinking too much. Is that kind of what it's been for you?
Yes, sir. It's just load and go. I don't really think much at the plate, just hit the ball.
All right, I want to see it in action. I'm going to get you a Rawlings bat and have you take us through your setup. Sound good?
Yes, sir. I go up to the plate, get ready. I touch the plate twice, and then I just kind of do my thing until the pitcher gets ready, and then I'm here. And then when he goes back, I go back, and then we're here, and you just hit. So it's off to the swing.
John, man, thank you so much for doing that. Cannot wait to see you show out at the future games. If you're not already, make sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You'll get so much more happening here on campus.